What's happening, everyone? Jason over at Adventure Ready Off Grid. Just doing a channel update. We haven't had a ton of off grid related or homesteading related or even adventure related content lately. Had a couple comments on that, so I figured I'd address that. Um, we had a few updates on some toys and stuff like that. The reason we were updating those, we're selling the toys off. So we bought the property almost a year ago now. It seems like maybe 9 months. I can't remember. Maybe it's been a year. But I had a kind of a plan of when to relocate. We're from Southern California, born and raised here. Traveled around the whole U.S. for some great contract work I had in the motorcycle industry for years. So I was fortunate enough to see almost every state in this country on someone else's dime, and you don't get to enjoy it as much as you want when you're doing it on someone else's dime. But I get to travel around with the Supercross and motocross industry, which I'm a big fan of. I'm a enthusiast. I've raced motocross off and on my entire life, and my adult life and teenage life, and hung up the boots at 36. I busted my hip out at a track and knocked myself unconscious for a couple of days, and decided, you know what, maybe the $6 trophies just aren't worth the damage anymore. So I could have changed it up. But anyway, so yeah, I got to travel around this country and see about every state in the nation multiple times for several years on contract work with teams like Rockstar Suzuki, and doing X Game contracts and Nitro Circus related stuff, and professional female and male athlete in the motorcycle industry, so off road. I also race, like I said, for fun for myself, and just an enthusiast. But so anyway, getting back to that, I've been wanting to get out of California for a long time. I got divorced a couple years ago, so that kind of changed it up a little bit. I think the ex is pretty happy staying down here, and has her place. She's established down here, wanted to stay down here, and didn't want to really relocate. And I didn't. So I mean, long story short, I'm now free as a bird as far as that goes. So been kind of stretching the wings and looking for some other places that my boys and I can migrate to. Bird stuff. Anyway, so Arizona worked out for us. We have family in Southern California on both sides of the family, and like to keep the kids. We're not too far away to seeing people that we want to go see. So that's why Arizona worked out for us. The weather wasn't crazy. I lived up in the mountains in Big Bear, California. So I'm used to a little bit of snow, nothing crazy, and I'm used to elevation. I'm used to chopping my own firewood. I'm used to that kind of stuff. So it's not like we were living in a I grew up in Orange County, but not like we were living in a fancy city dwelling. We were looking to be as rural as possible throughout the years out here. So, background on me, I used to take people, I worked in the motorcycle industry for years, service management, general management, management consulting for companies like BMW, Motorrad, worked with Suzuki, worked with different companies. Like I said, different multi-line dealerships. Part of my job prior to leaving the industry about 5 years ago, I was taking people camping off their motorcycles. People buy these really expensive motorcycles, $30,000 BMWs and KTMs and things like that. If you're familiar with the motorcycle industry, a lot of them don't go past Starbucks. They go off the weekend and do a couple laps around the block with all their crap hooked to the bike, and they don't really go experience anything. So I built kind of a camping program on motorcycles, and was lucky enough to do that for a couple of years. It's not my mainstay of income, but a part of the income I made was a couple-year contract where I took people camping, about 40 people a month for about 2 years, and it was freaking phenomenal. So yeah, I've camped in all different forms, from motorcycle camping to hiking camping to trailer camping to motorhome camping. Whatnot. I'm an Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts, so I'm a 46-year-old man now, so that was a long time ago. But I was pretty avidly involved in camping and the scouting stuff that when I was younger. My younger brothers were into that. Never got my kids into that. We just camped on our own, so it was good to go. But it was fun times growing up. So a lot of people don't know too. I've been full-time RV living for about the last year, so it's not like I'm not remote. I have a regular full-time job like a lot of people out there in Southern California, but I do live full-time in my RV, and that was part of a transition getting out of the housing market here, selling a house and putting some money aside to transition into a rural homestead or off-grid lifestyle in the future in Arizona. So yeah. Part of my last month, haven't had too much going on. Well, I've had a ton of shit going on. I just haven't had too many updates on the YouTube as far as content. We did go out to our property about 3 weeks ago. We got a little bit unexpected snow. I was up there to do some DMV work and transfer some vehicles. I own several vehicles and toys and whatnot, so I'm trying to downsize that fleet, and I'm also trying to transfer anything I am going to keep into Arizona, because California, if you know, is absolutely phenomenally expensive to own vehicles here. I probably spend over $4,000 a year just in registration fees, not including some late fees or some random change it. I get delinquent notice. I get all kinds of stuff. I can't keep up with how bad the DMV in California has been the last couple of years. It's always been expensive, but now it's just horrible. I mean, I paid 3 times on my motorhome this year. I'm protesting 2 times to try and get my money back in my pocket from our motorhome. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the California DMV. It's been a mess, but everyone knows that it's expensive down here. Like I said, getting back to that is part of our move to Arizona. Our intention from Arizona was always to get the property ready and going, and by approximately May of this year, we were going to relocate there full time with already kind of a layout out there that was kind of easy, turnkey. Hey, there's the house, it's all ready to go. Well, guess what? Plans have changed. Things are going crazy. We haven't got the time we wanted to get out there. The business here is going phenomenally well. I don't own the business. I help my buddy of mine run his business in the RV industry, and we are, hitting record numbers every month. So with that being said, I'm leaving a really nice income in May and relocate and change my lifestyle. What I was getting at is we just haven't built what we thought. I mean, like, we didn't have time to get out there. So we have our tiny house, what you guys have seen on video, in Tyvek wrap and a metal roof, and it's dried in, and it's just waiting there for us. So it's not a big deal as far as it goes. It's so much easier to build when you're on site rather than doing like 5-day trips, 10-day trips. So we'll catch up really quickly. Getting back to, like I said, the whole the May thing, or going back to we visited recently. So 3 weeks ago we were out there. I wanted to go do my DMV stuff. I wanted to meet with a realtor on some other properties I was looking at. It snowed for 2 days straight, and we had snow and mud all over our property. And I was in a different truck I just picked up, or not too long ago, our Cowboy Cadillac, the dually, and it was on kind of balding street tires. So I hadn't made the decision if I was going to keep that truck long term. I am now, and so I put some all-terrains on there. It's 4x4 and all that, but I didn't want to haul 5,000-pound loads back and forth on the road with snow on it and mud on it, and piss all my neighbors off. So I mean, you gotta kind of look out for most of my neighbors. If it rains or snows, they just hunker down at the place and they kind of hang out there, which just totally makes sense, because otherwise you'll just completely jack up your road. So, but yeah, so I mean, I kind of was unexpected. I did look at some other properties, and I made some bids on some other properties out there. I'm not a land tycoon. I'm not flowing in the money. I do fairly well for what I do. I always have, but I did make some offers on some land out there. So I'm not planning to go on the Homestead property and make a living off my Homestead property. I'm not planning to becoming YouTube famous. I'm glad to share our experiences with like-minded people and my family. So family members that aren't going to move to Arizona, aren't going to be out there, they can tune in. My grandma, people like that. So that's really why we started the YouTube channel back in July. It's done pretty well so far as subscribers. I appreciate all that. We will have a lot more content for people. It'll probably be very relatable content, from everything from just our daily lifestyle to building stuff to business, I guess, investments or different things I do down the road. Maybe I can share with you guys. So whether we're successful or we fail, I mean, if you fail, hopefully you're successful on the next try. So I'm not always successful in everything I do, but I usually am pretty hard-headed, and I stick to it till I get it right. So, but yeah, so last time we were out there, we didn't get on the property. It's there, it's good. My neighbors right next door are awesome people, so I get to talk to them all the time. I have a couple people's numbers in that little valley that we live in, or we're going to be living in, or we're building in. And there's a couple other people moving out there and building right now too, so it's starting to pick up a little bit out there, which is good. I'm not afraid of that. We're not going to be crowded like I grew up in Orange County, so it'll be different than that. But anyway, so yeah, content will be coming once we get out there full time in May. We'll be putting out a video or 2 a week probably. So not trying to bore you guys with whatever. I mean, it's going to be good, fun content. I mean, we're just going to do stuff that we do. I don't plan anything. This isn't planned. I'm just sitting here in my office next to the refrigerator, humming here and just yapping to you guys. So we'll showcase what we're doing. We'll showcase why we did certain things. We'll keep it relevant as far as cost of goods, things like that. If people want information, hit me up in the comments. How much does that cost? What do you think of building with this or that? I mean, I can give you everything I can. When we build our actual full house out there, we will document that pretty much more detailed. I mean, more time-lapse stuff and more specifics, and I'm not good with editing and all that stuff, so you're not going to see little blips on here like cost of goods and this. I mean, in advertisements, it's just nothing I do, nothing I plan to do. It's going to be just raw, uncut footage like this, where not my face as much. I said that before, but I mean, I'm just doing conversation right now. But it'd be mostly just showing the projects we're doing, hoping to get my kids more involved. I mean, they have a good sense of humor. They're funny boys, and they're very active, and they like building stuff too. So get them involved in the project. So, but yeah, so we'll be getting content. Will be once, twice a week. I'm not guaranteeing that, but that's my aim. And it's going to be lifestyle stuff. What we're doing on our property. We're planning to live completely off grid, well water down the road, but catchment to start. We're going to be doing solar panels, full solar system there. We have the tiny house we're building right now, and I've already mentioned that in other videos. That tiny house will become my tool shed. So as much as that sounds crazy, that's my tool shed or my workshop, so a small workshop. The plan down the road is to build a 24 by 40 foot cabin type house, like rectangular cabin house, similar to the tiny house. So it'll be 10-foot walls, probably a 12-foot ridge beam, or height wise, 24 wide by 40-foot lengthwise. Do an L-shaped patio around there, fully covered on both sides, so it's just a nice place to relax and check out the views. I mean, the idea with the main property is to have that available to me and my family for years to come. I've already invited other family members we know to come out and put a cabin there, put a damn RV, whatever they want to do. I mean, if they want to come out and enjoy a little bit of freedom of space and get the hell out of the urban decay or whatever, get out of the concrete jungle, I'm welcoming them. So I mean, that's kind of my vision. My uncle has a pretty good sized property in Temecula, and it was always nice to be welcomed out there and have a campground out there. We had a motorcycle track we built years ago. I'm sure you love that. But we were training professional athletes out there and riding for fun for ourselves, just having a blast. I mean, so I've always enjoyed, my grandparents had over 100 acres, I believe, in Jean, Nevada, somewhere out there when we were growing up in the desert. And the Barstow to Vegas race used to come through with the motorcycles, and I love being out there. You could go, as long as there was gas and there was a motorcycle running. Me and my million cousins we had, we had a big family. We just ride, and I bring friends with me out there for those family vacations. The memories are awesome. So I'm hoping our property can provide those memories for my kids, their family in the future, and then hopefully some of my family, cousins, friends, whatever, will come out that way. I plan on building a little campground on the property. A lot of my friends are pretty nomadic. They're either living in motorhomes full time, or they're living off their motorcycle half the day. I mean, I have some friends that do some pretty cool stuff. I used to do a lot of cool stuff for work. Now that I'm not, I'm full custody dad. I'm pretty busy with just raising my two boys, and they're getting big and have a lot of needs as teenagers and stuff, and they're growing. So I want to be there to shape them and help them. But yeah, I have a lot of friends that still do nomadic stuff and move around. So I will have a campground I'm going to build at the property that's open to my friends and family members to come and camp and show up when they, give me a little notice, but show up and hang out as long as you want, Like I said, we'll go solar for the property. We will go water catchment for the property. We'll have some propane on the property to start with. I have the tiny house like we saw already in the videos. Originally that was going to be a shower house, which is a little ridiculous for the size. But what I'm thinking right now is that's our tiny house. We live in a motorhome right now, so I have a humongous motorhome. I mean, we're not scraping by. It's a really nice motorhome. It's overkill. I won't be bringing the property. I'm going to be selling that before we leave in the next month. I'm getting it ready to sell right now, and by getting it ready, I mean I'm just upgrading it. I work for an RV roof replacement facility, so we're going to put a new roof on that, and we did a paint job and some graphics, just make it look nice. I like to sell things nice and get the money asked for it. So we're getting our motorhome ready for sale. We have I have a couple toy haulers, so one of the toy haulers we're keeping, the other ones we'll sell, and this is all part of the liquidation process of getting out the property. So, but yeah, so we're planning to move in our weekend warrior travel trailer, which I know weekend warriors are familiar with the toy haulers. They're not really the best for season, they're like a summer type of thing. But we're going to move out there in that, live in that while we build. So we'll have full amenities inside there. We'll have solar on our actual weekend warrior, so it's a self-contained unit pretty much. And the fact that you got to drain your tanks and whatnot. So. So we'll live in that, with the tiny house being kind of more of a fun factor thing, and probably turn into a tool facility quicker than I would expect it to be. We have a water catchment system we'll install on there to catch water. I have totes to bring water back and forth. We'll live in the Warrior. I mean, like I said, we'll use the amenities in there, but we'll have the tiny house as well, plus the water catchment system, and we'll start building our solar system once we're on there full time for our main facility, to run the tiny house, the being structure in the future, the workshop, whatever. So we'll have our toy hauler on site, so we can use it as overflow for guests coming by. We can live in as long as we want to. From what I understand, I don't know the jurisdictions, how I'm saying in general, we have a fully functional rolling, well, not yet, I'm working on it, but we have a resurrectable toy hauler that we can live in full-time on site. So the idea is to put septic down the road. We'll probably do some sort of composting system out there temporarily, but septic will be down the road, and then, like I said, probably well water eventually. It's just I'm not going to rush into drilling a well if I can transport water temporarily and catch water potentially as well if we get enough catchment systems out there and set it up. I like that idea. So. But yeah, in our toys, like I said, we just sold our KRX, our UTV, cool thing. That's the only thing I, was making payments on, and I'm about being debt free. So, not everyone can do that. Not everyone's in that position right now. I've never been in that position until, a couple years ago, and then I had the one toy, and we got rid of that to just basically clear up the debt. So, don't want to drag any debt out to this endeavor. I want to be to me, if you don't own debt, if you don't have a big house payment, a big car payment, granted you have maintenance in your cars come up, you might have an injury come up, a toothache, whatever. I mean, there's things that'll come up that can create some unexpected, temporary debt. But I mean, having a $3,500 a month house payment, have a $600 a month car payment, have $100 per vehicle, insurance and payments and health payments and phones and all that stuff. I mean, if we can minimize as much as possible, that's huge. So having a $250 a month toy is super fun. Don't get me wrong, that freaking thing is badass. It's super fun. But and we'll probably get one down the road. But I'll just wait. I'll just keep saving up the cash till I can find the right deal and buy one cash out. So, but yeah, so we got rid of my dirt bike because I'm getting too old to be ripping dirt bikes. So I mean, it just is what it is. Got rid of the 2-seater. Got rid of my quads the other day, and we got another quad we're going to sell, and we'll probably put all that money towards, just to build for now. Down the road, either a Ranger, like 4-seater UTV that's more purpose-built out there and useful. And it's fun to rip into town, those things too. I mean, it's awesome in Arizona. Or like a Jeep or something like that, just something for fun. We're adventure ready off-grid. We like to go adventure. We're not all... I like hiking. I like riding mountain bikes. I like jogging, whatever. I mean, I also like getting in a motorized vehicle and, off-roading and 4x4. And so we'll go back down that road. But... yeah, so just clearing it up. Like we're moving, we're about a month away from our departure from city life and Southern California life, and I'm looking forward to it. Everyone I met up there in Arizona has been super awesome. From the people at the hotel, from the people at the gas station, from the DMV people out there. I mean, it has been so welcoming and so nice so far and refreshing. And I'm not saying there's not good people down here in Southern California. I mean, I have great friends down here, a small circle of good friends and good people, and deal with good business people. But in general, this place is just, it's a melting pot of just people crying and bitching, complaining. A lot of people overly emotional. A lot of people celebrating people for all the wrong reasons, not celebrating themselves. So not into politicians, not into actors, not into stick and ball sports guys. I mean, not into any of that crap. I mean, celebrate yourself. Celebrate the people you made. I mean, if you have kids, celebrate them. You built them. Celebrate them. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your spouse. Celebrate your girlfriend, whatever, Celebrate any of the immediate family or friends you choose to be around. I mean, like, that's celebration to me. So, tangent there, but I'm saying I'm just over Southern California. And the cost, I mean, I paid $7.05 the other day for a gallon of diesel. I bought more 1 gallon, believe it or not. But yeah, at $7, you wanted to stop after the first. But $7 a gallon for diesel is crazy. I know it's up around the whole world, and it's just it's related to the some bullshit. I can tell you what, it's related to the dumbest president in human existence trying to run this country. That I don't even know how this guy can pretend he was elected. So there's my thoughts on that, and I mean I stand behind that. So less government is best. You gotta get these guys out of our pockets. Gotta stop paying all these taxes and all these fees and all this BS. Let's just go take control of our lives. Can we grow our own food? Can we supply? I mean, I'm looking into biodiesel and stuff. I mean, I want to get to where I'm not relying on these gas stations. $7 a gallon. I want to figure out how to make it myself and put it in my damn tank for $1 a gallon tops. I want to be pulling eggs out of my chicken coop and eating them like I used to back in the day. So anyway, another tangent there. But yeah, we're moving forward. The content will be pretty off-road related, pretty build related, pretty lifestyle related, and there'll be some adventures in there. I have a quest to go camping still and go and show my kids, Yellowstone and places like that I've been to. Plenty of these cool places. I've been all around the country, and I'd like to take my kids to go and enjoy those things too. So, but yeah, plan is about a month out. We'll be full time out there, and communication lines are open, man. If you guys are doing the same thing at your property, or you're brand new, or I see people ask me all the time, about places to move and this and that, and why did you choose this, or cost of acreage. I mean, all that stuff's a moving variable, guys. I mean, the cost of acreage, cost of a house, cost of a solar system, everything's just, it's a moving target right now. The material costs are just out of control. If you watch the raw news channels, they'll tell you it's all coming down. Well, I can tell you, go to Home Depot one day and watch the receipt I cashed there. It ain't coming down at all. So we buy wood materials constantly for our shop here for the RV industry, and it ain't coming down. If it came down on one spot, it went up on another spot. So it's just like like a plane shift. Rob Peter to pay Paul. So but yeah, I mean, I'm open to any kind of questions on here. I'm not going to do a tutorial every time I build something out there. It's going to be more or less, this is the idea, boom, here it is. Here's the steps that, some showcases, but not necessarily do this, cut this, do that. I don't really I don't really film like that. I'm kind of shooting from the hip, as you can't tell. But yeah, I mean, open dialogue's awesome. I mean, I'm not looking to go out there and become a hermit. I'm in the community. I love the people I've met so far, as far as interacting with on here. If it's some good people, and I have a feeling a lot of those guys and gals will become my friends and my kids' friends when we get out there. As far as just, it's real community, people that are doing like-minded things and have like-minded ideas and can help each other, scratch their back, scratch mine kind of thing, where I mean, I got people I barely met at Home Depot give me their number, go, hey, I got a backhoe, call me if you need it. I got a bulldozer if you need it. I got, we can come over and lend you a hand if you need it. It's like, what was your name again? It's crazy. So I know that's just like, it ain't all unicorns and rainbows, but it's been some really cool interactions out there, and I'm looking forward to being on the property full time and just change the lifestyle. So properties I bought a couple more properties up there. I made bids on several more. I've contracted another one. I'm working on a third one, or a second small property. Like I said, when I started this this intro here, this recap here, I'm not looking to be wealthy off the homestead property. I want to make the homestead property a place that I can just relax and enjoy my time and slow things down and enjoy life and be debt free and hopefully as self sufficient as possible. Money wise, I mean, I don't have a long term game plan. People are asking. I mean, I don't have a trust fund coming in. I don't have Bitcoin investments. I don't have a major 401k plan. I've been buying stocks. I'm not into any of that stuff. I mean, I'm very entrepreneurial minded, very business minded. I can go into town and sell anything. I can go to the local motorcycle shop. I can go to the auto dealer. I can go to manage any business. I've managed businesses most of my life, and I've been a salesman or marketing salesman, consultant, manager my whole life. So since I was in my 20s, so almost 30 years now. So I'm not really worried about that. One thing I realize in life, and I talk to people now, I mean, retirees, I mean, my parents, I mean, my family members, my friends, my coworkers, like everyone's got this like, well, when I retire at 65, maybe 67, I no offense if you're 65 or 67, but I mean, like, figure out a way to go live before then. I mean, like, I'm 46 and I raced motocross with my life, so I got new knees and hips and stuff, and concussions and body ailments. So I might feel a little older than some people at my age as far as my condition of my body, what I've done to it, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But I mean, I don't want to wait till I'm 65 or 67 to have the freedom, because I can retire and have a little pittance from the government. I'm not even relying on that being there when I'm 67. I'm assuming that 65, 67, that's going to be gone. I mean, the way our government's trillions of dollars in debt, how the fuck are they going to be able to cover me? My little $1,000 scrum, per year or per month to get by on, and some free health insurance that's, isn't the best quality. So I'm not relying on that, guys. I buy and sell a lot on, for income. Like I said, I can do regular jobs if I want to. I have a couple ideas going out there. They're nothing to do with our property. The other properties I'm buying, I may develop and sell, develop and rent. I have a few other things I'm looking into right now that might have me and my kids working a couple days a week. That might sound crazy and a pipe dream, but I mean, I don't plan on working more than like 3 days a week. If I got a regular job in town, I mean, not that I'm too good for full-time employment, but I mean, I don't want to work my life away. I'd want to work like 4 days maximum a week if I was like a salesman or something that I managed a company. Most managers have to work more now, so I'd probably rather be a salesman, selling cars, selling dirt bikes, selling toilet paper. I don't know, that gets real popular sometimes. But I mean, 4 days a week and 3 days home, and even that's not enough if you're going to have a homestead with animals and self-sufficiency. So yeah, I don't plan on going back into the grind and doing full-time work ever again starting May 1st of this year. That might sound crazy to some people. I'm 46 years old. I have no desire to work till I'm retired at 65. My plan is to be fully retired and not working at 55. 55, the day after 55, I want to be done working, as in having to toe the line for anyone or having to do so many hours to get by. That might seem crazy too. I'll figure it out. I've always figured it out till now, so I don't think there's going to be a problem. But when I say working, I don't want to go and punch a clock and work 40 hours a week for a company, and whether I'm the all-star there or I'm just a supporting cast member, I don't want to be the guy, I don't want to make all that money for the guy that owns the place and never experience that ownership for myself. I've ran a lot of companies, made a lot of people a lot of money, made myself a lot of money too. But part of my departure right now is just, I'm no offense to anyone if I work for you in the future, but I'm tired of making other people a ton of money and getting a little tiny piece of it. Granted, that's just how it works. If you're the business owner, you take the higher risk, you get the bigger pie mostly. There are places I've worked at before where I make more than the owner. So that's not, I don't have any problems with that either. I mean, if I'm the one putting the work in and doing it all, and they're looking at the long plan, I might be there for 4 or 5 years, and they're looking at the 20-year process. That's somewhat normal too, depending on if you're an absentee owner or regular owner. So anyway, getting back to that tangent, you'll see I'll go on them here and there. Planning to work less. Have a few ideas. Have nothing to do with the homestead property or the off-grid property to make some income for myself and my children. My 2 boys, they're children, they're huge, they're big as me, and they're teenagers now. It's crazy. But we want to have time for fun. I have my kids to be around them. I worked a lot of hours when they were younger and missed some opportunities here and there, and I had to chase that dollar. And keep that wife in the new car and keep her hair looking good and keep the kids, with clothes on their back, and then, the American dream, buy the house, the picket fence, the 2 dogs, and the whole 9 yards. So, and I'm not saying that's bad. I mean, I get it. If you look at your mortgage and cat it out for the 20 plus years, I mean, it's not a real good option. I have friends right now buying houses for $750,000 and dumping hundreds of $1,000s into them, and then trying to tell me, look at the market, my house is worth $50. I mean, or 100, 200,000. I mean, like, your house ain't worth shit. I mean, it is. I mean, it's worth something, but I'm saying that's just not. I don't know. To me, to get a loan for a house that's worth $1 million, like someone lent you that money, that's like not. I don't know. I've said it in my other video. It's not a brag, right? I mean, like, I have phenomenal credit right now. I have money in the bank, and I have money in the not in the bank. But I'm saying I can go get a $1 million home right now. I mean, once I get that loan, the day I get the loan, I owe that much money. It's not a race to the top, man. That's guaranteeing yourself that you just signed up for. I have to work this much amount of my time away to chalk this thing down to eventually get my head above water, just to stay above water each month. Then you get a car problem, you get a toothache, you get your kids need something for school or for some sort of sport they're in. I mean, it's hard to keep up. So I want to regress back to self-sufficiency. Property's paid for. When I build something, it's paid for. If I buy a truck, it's paid for. Now, that can't work for everyone, and eventually the money will run out if you don't have some sort of income. I get that. But also income, I want to make it in a different way to where I'm not trading my time for money, or at least that's not the key component. I don't want my time to be the main component for money. I want it to be more generalized, where a little bit of time, a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of investment, and a little bit, whatever it may be, makes me a better equation, and I get more of that money back for my time. That's how everyone should be thinking. If you're towing the line at a 40-hour work week for those insurance benefits and that 401k plan and that retirement, 25 years from now, I mean, no, I probably don't have to mention it, but that's not what I don't agree with that, and it's completely in your discretion to do that. But if you took a long look in the mirror and realized, like, these wrinkles, this gray beard, I mean, like, I'm not getting any younger, neither are you. If you want to burn your time up doing that kind of stuff, all to you, but I would strongly suggest look in that mirror and think of, like, how could I do it differently? Could I need less? Could I reduce my financial footprint to a smaller increment to where I just don't have to work as much because my needs are smaller, and my wants are smaller, I want to go buy a brand new Jeep tomorrow, I want to go buy a boat. I don't know. I want to go, build a gigantic house out there with a huge workshop, and I don't know, maybe a rappelling line to rappel from the top of the shop down to the kitchen. I don't know. So, it's cool. I want to go to Disneyland tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to take the kids on a whirlwind trip. I think we got to prioritize what means something to us and what is our time worth. Is it worth trading my time for this money? And what's this money going to? If it's going to monopolies of municipalities I need for this house that I'm making a payment on and paying taxes on, and so on and so forth, and have restrictions on, like, I don't think that's the way I want to spend. Well, I know it's not the way I want to spend my money. So anyway, another tangent there. Getting the wrap up, like I said. Thanks for staying tuned with the channel. If people have questions, let me know. I don't know all the answers. I probably have an answer for everything, but I mean, like, I'm not a specialist in everything. I'm kind of a very well-rounded person, and I'm very good at learning things I need to know. But yeah, in the next month or so, I will kind of do some videos on our toy hauler. I'm doing a massive overhaul on this toy hauler that we bought that we have to resurrect from the dead pretty much, and we're going to be using as a temporary place to live. I'm also going to do some videos on our motorhome of some things I did to get that ready to sell, and then you'll see it transition. It'll go straight from that to us bringing a bunch of boxes out to our storage facility out there that's 3 or 4 miles from the property, stuffing a ton of shit. We're gonna put 80 pounds of butt in a 10-pound pair of jeans, so we're gonna have a lot of stuff out there that I probably should have gone through before I brought it out there. I'll move half that stuff and probably not even need it. I'll give it away or sell it cheap or something, but household stuff and duplicate stuff. But yeah, this next month will be kind of some weird video, not weird, but it'll be videos about us getting ready to relocate. I mean, the true details of what we're going through and the hurdles we're jumping through and the things we're getting ready to basically leave all this regular life behind, or what people call regular life, what I've been living most of my life, and just doing something different. So stay tuned. I appreciate your guys' interest. I think we have 600 some people on the channel right now subscribed. I never expected that. Like I said, I'm not trying to say I don't enjoy some attention like any human, or enjoy the fact that you guys are interested in this. Sometimes I don't find myself that interesting, but it seems to work well on camera for what I do at the shop here and stuff like that. We get good results. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I like your guys' content too. I don't know how many people we subscribe to. I don't know off the top of my head, but I follow a good majority of the people that follow me. I follow them right back. And some of you guys follow me, and I've been following you for a year before you even knew I existed. So before I even had a channel. So I've been following you guys to get an idea on where I wanted to move, how I wanted to live. Oh, he's doing it. I think I could do that. Oh, wow, he's having some struggles here. I figure out I can do this differently. So, your guys' channels out there have been instrumental to me feeling confident to take me and my two boys on a completely radical new adventure of just saying, F the American dream, and let's make our own dream. Let's make it our dream. I don't want to fit into that box of that was sold to us, like through social media and through politics and through general fake news and everything else. I want to go and live our own dream and our own path. So, and I want to leave the politics and the life and all that shit behind and not to think about that stuff anymore. I want to. The next time a pandemic happens, I want to not even know what's happening till when all the marketing rolls out and all the BS. I want to know 2 months later, like, oh, this is the garbage. This is why people are wearing that mask over their eyes, So I want to not even, no offense if you really have a trying story. I don't believe any of it, to be honest with you. But if you have a story that you went through, all the power to you. As far as me, I want to make my own decisions on self-sufficiency, how to get by. I don't rely on my government for that kind of crap. I mean, it's silly. I've never gotten a cold and called up. Hey, who's the new president? What do you think I should take? NyQuil or DayQuil? It's 4:30 in the afternoon. No, man, come on, guys. I mean, like, trust yourself, trust your instincts, trust your gut, trust your family and friends. And if you can't trust your family and friends, make your circle a little tighter. Trust those people. So, anyway, another tangent, but keep posted. I'll keep you up to date on as far as just us getting ready to move. And then when we get out there, it'll be regular content from working on projects, sightseeing. Arizona's a brand new state to me. I'm big on ghost towns and mining history and things like that. I know the whole California mining history pretty well. All the ghost towns. I took people on tours on a motorcycle to go see them in person and then tell them the history and sleep under the stars and cook food under the stars. And anyway, so I'm really excited to be in Arizona soon and try a new state out and get to learn that state and history and teach my kids that stuff. I think that's important to the history while we're here or how we got here is pretty important. Nowadays, it's lost quickly. So. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. I appreciate the support. We don't have to agree on everything. That's not the whole point here. I'm open to anyone as far as conversation goes. I'm looking forward to meeting like-minded people. I'm also open to people that have different views of opinion. I mean, I live in Southern California. It's a melting pot. Florida, New York, and California. I mean, those are the melting pots of diversity. We have all different backgrounds. We have all different thought processes. I'm pretty easy to joke about stuff, and I'm pretty easy to be set in my ways and stubborn, which I am. But I'm open to all types of opinions and people's lifestyles and things like that. So my kids are the same way. We're just we're good people, good-hearted, and we're open to everyone. But yeah, if you guys need help with anything, let us know. Once we're out there, I know there's a lot of channels that are close to us. If you need an extra set of hands, if you need advice on something, you need to get a car breakdown, you need to ride, whatever, man. I'm looking to, have like-minded people in that direction as far as like helping each other, that we're like-minded on the same path, that we're out there to help each other and look out for each other. So far I'm lucky. My neighbors are badass. I got some good people that look out for us, and I'm hoping that as I expand our neighborhood out as far as our reach, that we have other like-minded people in the same kind of concept. So, well, thanks for listening, guys. If you went 33 minutes, congratulations. Some people can't stand hearing me talk. Some people are okay with it. I've gotten used to it over the 46 years. So, look forward to getting some updates, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be doing some updates on the move, and then from May 1st on, we'll let you know which direction we're going, what we're building first, and how we're living out there. It's going to be pretty much like a big, giant camping trip, and I'm looking forward to that. Camping's probably most, other than riding dirt bikes, camping's probably my most favorite thing. If you can mix them, even better. But yeah, camping's good, man. So I could do a little bit of that. Stay tuned.